All righty. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to House Sledge Live. It's John from ProCraps. Actually, I gotta stop saying it's John from Casino Gaming Central on Casino Gaming TV. This show is gonna move really soon. By the way, I this close to the logo being done. I have my artist working on it. The logo is about there for the new channel. I already switched it all over to the new branding, but I don't like how the logo looks when it's small, like the little version of it. So he's gonna change one thing for me, and then we'll go live. I'll just do the show from that channel, and it'll be the same show. But I'm working on all the other side shows now. So I'm going to be I'm planning on doing, the Daily Paycheck style show. I'm actually going to call that show the Coffee Run, which I think is a better name for it. It's kind of what we do, the Coffee Run. That'll be like kind of a play along with me kind of a thing. I got a show over there called Rack the Black, which is a tagline I used to use way, way, way back. But that's going to be more of a strategist kind of a show, more of a builder, constructing gameplay kind of a show. And then I'm going to have some live practicing and just stuff. I want to basically have fun over there. Do some teaching, of course, but have a little bit of fun with the live stuff too. So anyway, that'll be coming up relatively soon. Opportunity line. There you go. No, I've got some stuff. I got some stuff planned. I really just want to turn the camera on and I'm gonna get my table together and throw dice, or turn the camera on and just kind of deal cards and just kind of just play a little bit. I think a lot of what's missing, at least in my life, is, and with this show in particular, just in general, is we're missing the live gameplay. Jeff used to go live almost every day, every other day at least, right? Joe goes live every morning. Brian and George go, but it's kind of you know what I mean? I feel like we're on road a little bit. We need more live stuff, more live play stuff, but a little variety built into it. So I'm going to try and do some more lives on my end with some variety. Anyway, the plan is to have some fun, but also expand, as you know, into things beyond just crap. So, all right, let's get into the morning show here. I got for some reason all my stuff is jacked up again. And I don't know what it is, but my whoever has one of these things, my Stream Deck. Can you see my Stream Deck? It's always doing this now. It literally was on when the show started, and all the buttons went black and it turned itself off. It's and the cord, I've changed the cord out twice now. I can't get the damn thing to stay on. So I gotta actually change scenes manually now with my keyboard. So my apologies for that. Anyway, here we go. The bridge today is going to be interesting. Oh, Anthony, good morning, man. I haven't seen you in a while. So the bridge today is going to be this. We're going to talk today. Really, kind of my centralized focus today is going to be on introducing you to team play. We're going to talk, and there's a reason for it. We'll talk team play today, which means things are a little different with team play. If you're going to do a real, quote unquote, real team, a combined bankroll team, right? Because bankroll then becomes different. Bankroll becomes a weapon that the team uses in different ways, right? With team play, you can do things with differing types of risk appetites with different people, right? Some people can play a little bit riskier with the team's bankroll, right? So I'm not going to do corporation time. I'm just going to think about playing team play, not really combined money gen. I don't want to get into this just yet, but there's a possibility for that, right? And there's a couple of reasons why I want to talk through this, and you'll see here in a minute why. But I want you to think about what it looks like to play as a team, and I think you can do it on multiple levels, right? You can do it in craps. It's obviously you've got, positional play, where you're standing and all that kind of how you're working your chips out there. If you do combine money, then everything becomes different. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, let's keep it all in mind as we go through our day here. Let me get through that. This sucks. Without my Stream Deck working, I can't get things. My rhythm's jacked up. Anyway, I don't know what the hell's wrong with it. So, all right. So, what's happening in the world? I got to get back to this segment every day. I've been kind of lax on reporting and my thoughts on what's going on out there in the world, mainly because I haven't been watching. I've been so busy with work. We're getting as you can see, we have the Nexus launch is coming on 11/22, which is not long away. It's a few weeks away. We're trying to get the app launched. So it's my entire focus has been on this app, and I'm putting in 15-hour days to get it done. So I've not been watching YouTube. I've missed almost everything, right? I've missed all the good stuff, but now I'm starting to get some clarity. And at night, I'm starting to watch a couple of shows before I go to bed, so I can start reporting on what I see. And maybe even taking some of things that we're seeing out there, like what Jacob's doing or what Ken's doing or whatever, and we can kind of roll them out here and talk through them live on the table. So that's going to be coming in the next week or so. I'll start getting back into rhythm and get some of that stuff going. But I did have a little chat with Skill and Luck and somebody else, who I'm not going to just talk through just yet. We haven't finalized things, but we're talking about Craps Chat again. We did an episode, which I got to tell you, the episode of Craps Chat that we did at Craps for the Cure was awesome. Like that was like, that's what I want for the show. Like passing the mic around the audience. There was no talking over each other. It was a good vibe, right? I want to try and capture that vibe again. We were talking about all the ways, and I would love to hear you in chat, what you guys want in chat for the next Craps Chat. Because, the thing is, we always have this idea, or Skill did actually, he wanted to feel like call-in sports radio, right? Where it's just kind of, we're sitting here waiting for calls. We're talking about other shit in between the calls, but then a call comes in and we can change topics, right? That's the first 2 seasons kind of went like that. But what ends up happening, of course, is that you have, people like me that end up talking the whole freaking time, and you end up getting the same questions over and over again in chat, and you end up getting the same people always chatting, right? So it became this sort of a siloed kind of a thing, and it wasn't that great at the end of that second season. We tried something different last year that kind of worked, kind of didn't work. We're trying to figure out, like, what's the rhythm of that show, right? So we would love ideas. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know when it's just Jeff and just Ed, it's great. When it's just Jeff and just Gargoyle, it's great. It's the conversation is more directed most of the time, and it's just easier. When there's 4 or 5 of us as hosts, it becomes very difficult to get one question through the group. You know what I'm saying? And then it becomes this sort of a circular thing. So we got to figure out the rhythm of that show. We want to bring it back as soon as we can. We just got to get it right. You know what I'm saying? So I just want that to be a well done show, and I don't want it to be another version of what Jeff and Gargoyle or Jeff and Ed are doing. I want it to be something different than that, because I want Jeff and those two to have their own show times that are completely standalone, right? That on their own merits are amazing, which they already are. A third show that's just like it won't work for me. It won't work for you. I don't think anybody wants that. So we've got to figure out kind of what's the secret sauce to make that show a good alternative standalone thing that doesn't step on people's toes. So that's the talks that are going on. So keep your thoughts out there. And I mentioned Jeff and G and Jeff and Ed. It was good to see Jeff and Ed playing yesterday. I was unable to watch because we had family over. My daughter was home for the weekend, so we missed the show live. But it's good to see, like, just random rolling, not random, but randomly people coming online and rolling and talking about shit, like just having fun. That's the best part of all the YouTube crafts. The best part of it is when guys just have fun. And that's what I like to see. It's a lot of times I'm guilty of this. It's just too serious. Good to have Joe back. Yes, Jen's calling him buddy. Good to see Joe back in town. I know that there was some life gap happening on your side, and I feel terrible. We have a lot of life happening in 2025. I mean, Joe's experienced it. We had another one in my family last night, if you can believe that. My father-in-law's sister passed last night. This year can just stop already. Like, we just need to get to 2026 and have a good year. Yeah. Anyway, so there's a lot of life happening. Joe, I'm glad you're back. It was good to hear your voice this morning. As I mentioned before, Nexus is launching in, boy, oh boy, about 4 weeks, which is crazy town. I'll be in Vegas for that launch. We're having a big launch party for that. Hopefully, cross your fingers, Apple approves the app. That's the big thing right now. Is we're in the middle of, I got 2 things that are happening. One is we're finalizing roulette and we're finalizing the blackjack games. They'll both be ready to rock and roll. But getting the app into the app stores is the next piece. So we've got, both app stores have approved us as developers, which is hard. Now the app stores are working on getting us the app itself approved, no memory leaks, that kind of thing. So we're working through that right now. So hopefully everything's good. And on the 22nd, you can all download the app and play it for free, or and play it the first time. And I guess I got a Craps Cruise coming up, 2/28. We're talking about it in chat. I forgot to keep mentioning it, but the 28th is the Craps Cruise with Premier hosting. So that's coming out of Florida. I think we already have 40 Craps players on that cruise, something like that. It's some crazy number, but that'll be super fun. Anyway, this segment every day is back, the news segment, as I watch things that may drive the show content. I may just say, hey, I watched so-and-so last night. We're going to go play it today. So that'll be kind of, I think we're going to let the community sort of drive the content like it probably ought to be. So, all right, that's what's happening. I do want to make another little thing, and this is where the team play concept comes in. So I'm going to introduce you to a new thing. At Casino Quest, David launched a thing called the Big Bird Society. And what the Big Bird Society was, and again, a lot of this happens with our partnerships with the casinos, right? So with Palace Station, this is the thing. So basically, he's got people who are, more bigger bankroll people that come in. They buy in for $2,500. That's the minimum buy-in, and they're called the Big Birds, right? Because they're playing with $2,500 instead of 25 cents, right? So they used to call that a bird game back in the day. So the Big Birds come in. They went to the casino the other night, and I'll let David tell the story. They did very, very, very well as a group. It wasn't corporation play, but it was team play. So basically, like, they all played together. They were all talking about strategy together. I'm going to try this, you try that. And they all just tried different stuff together. And they worked the table as a group, kind of a thing, right? Alex, at the same time, is launching a group out there called the Little Birds, the Baby Birds, right? Which is more, he's taking more beginners, buying in for $500, and they're going as a group to the table. As a matter of fact, they're going to be the group that plays at the Rio every night. They're going to go to the Rio at 3:00 in the morning and play the $3 game. And the whole trip with that group is, let's learn to play together, right? Let's do some team stuff. Like, I'll try this, you try that, and we're going to coach through it all, whatever, with live money at a live table at a $3 game with a small bankroll. And that's more of a beginners, let's learn together kind of a thing. And they're going to do it at different games, obviously, but craps is the one that we're all kind of known for. And I was joking with them, and I'm like, I need to start a group, David, and he goes, the Grinders. He goes, call it the Grinders. And I said, the Grinders. I was like, I'm like, that's cool. He's like, yeah, you can teach people how to make a paycheck. I'm like, that's perfect. You can grind out your win every day. I'm like, that's amazing. If I ever started a group. And I said, the Grinders. I said, there's a definitely a strip club, stripper pole kind of joke in there somewhere, right? So I went to ChatGPT, of course. Hey, give me some help with a name for the group that would be the Grinders, right? And I told him the whole story about David and Alex. This is what ChatGPT comes up with. It comes up with the Dirty Birds, which I think is hysterical. All right, so the Dirty Birds would be a group that when I'm in Vegas, we'll do this. And if I ever move to Vegas, we'll do this more regularly. But I can imagine running a group or kind of leading a group called the Dirty Birds, right? Which is, again, paycheck players, right? Where Alex is trying to teach people how to play for 7 hours at a casino and David's trying to take the casino for millions of dollars. We could just go there every day, right? Me and Dice Dr. Dan and whoever else lives in Vegas can just show up in the morning, have our cup of coffee, go play for 15 minutes and get the hell out of there, right? And learn how to build bankroll together. Would it be team play? I don't know. I don't know that I'm talking about combining bankrolls, Jen, and make it corporation time. If it ever turned into that, we'd have a whole different discussion, right? But I do like the corporation team play concept. I just think that there's something to that on craps. Not so much in other games. In other games, not really, because nothing you can do in blackjack to combine your bankrolls that would ever make a difference unless you guys played in different, guy played a ladder, guy played a progression, combined bankroll at the end. That might be something to pursue here on the table and see someday how that might work with 2 people or 3 people. But I think the camaraderie of playing as a team is going to be fun. So the Dirty Birds, I'm launching it today. We are the Dirty Birds. And if you want to play with me when I go to Vegas, we'll call ourselves that. We'll get t-shirts made. We'll show up and we'll just do our thing, right? No cost, just your time, just fun. I'm not going to pull a gamble with Jimmy and say, hey, if you pay me $1,500, I'll fly to your town and teach you how to gamble. I'm just not doing that, right? So that's just not me. Anyway, let's get to it. Let's go to the table here. I got about 10 minutes to play. I got to get Rosie. My dog is going to the vet again this morning for a rebandage on her foot. So I got to leave here at about 8:55 or so. Let's play for about 10 minutes. Let's go down there and do it. Dr. S says the ship won't sail. Partnerships does not work. I know people who do this. I know people who have partnerships and they play this way and they do great. It really depends on the people and the bankroll. What's the source of the money? Who's got what percentage into it? If everybody's willing to toe the line, it can totally work if people are willing to do it. But nobody really is, and that's why it's always kind of a joke to talk about this. But imagine a world, and there will be this world in first quarter of 2026 where there was an app that allowed you or that promoted the idea of a league. where you had teams of 4 people that played against each other, right? Maybe at the same time, the 4 players, maybe it's 1 versus 1 and you kind of switch whatever. There will be a league, craps league, roulette league, potentially a blackjack league formed when we get Nexus app done, right? The point of Nexus is to practice, but also to play team play stuff, right? We want to do like a little league and have like a bracket system. So corporation play, maybe with real money doesn't work, but on virtual with a team in a league could totally work, right? So we got to think about, if you want to do that, what it would look like. Anyway, here we go. Let's hit the table here and see if we can't play a little bit. I need to get to one more screen ahead. There we go. All right. So with that in mind, let's do it. Let me move my stuff out of the way here, and we'll do 10 minutes of simulated craps team play, and I will get my guy out here, and let's see. Let's put a couple players up here. What should we play? I'm trying to think what should we play. We can do like a typical right side, or we can do let me think about this. What if we did one guy grinding, one guy going? Let's do that. Let's do a grinder and a goer. I'm gonna get, we'll do probably 2 or 3 shooters worth. So I'm gonna get a headless horseman guy with five green units. We'll do 3 shooters of 5 units on the horseman. All right. We'll do 3 shooters on this guy up here. We'll do let's do 160 across 3 times. Now I know that the risk is a little different, obviously, for each of those guys, but let's do it anyway. I'll get him in the other kind of green chips so we can tell the difference. So we'll do, let's see, there's 150, there's 150, there's 150. All right, he's got 160 3 times. We'll do 3 shooters of each guy. And again, we'll do a horseman, and we'll do a guy up there doing something stupid and crazy. So 1 grinder, 1 go for it guy, and we'll see. Now I've had different ideas on team setups and what guys could play or what gals could play to kind of support their partners, but this is going to be completely grind or nothing. We're going to grind it out, or we're going to go for it, and that's going to be the only difference here. There's not going to be any kind of a, I've done things where it's like, hey, one person plays just 2 numbers, take 1 hit and stop playing and pays for everybody else. We're just going to have 2 people playing, 1 aggressively, 1 passively, and we'll just see what happens. All right, here we go. Don't pass guy down here, the horseman. 2 units on the don't. The 160 across, we'll go 160 across, up and off. Hyper aggressive here, hyper passive here. Let's see if between them they can make any money at all. What say you? Let's go. Where is this? Can you see that? No. I got to put it here. Hopefully the glare is not too bad. Let's do it. This is money, by the way. It's a 9 for the point. And here we go. Oh, I'm gonna use the craps for the cure. That's my new puck. This is that challenge coin that we did. That thing is awesome. All right, here we go. Using the cum, by the way. That's gonna be a 7 out. That's gonna be 7 out. So 160 goes away, right, on the nice PSO. Good start for him. That kind of blows. But our horseman, of course, is gonna win 1 and 2. And that just goes right back into the rack on his profit side, and he'll be okay. All right, here we go. Oh, let's see, that goes here. Come out 6. He's in the come. We're at 160 across. Let's see if we can get any hit. Remember last week when I was just farting around and we got like these 3 18 rollers out of the bubble? Today's going to be nothing but PSOs, right? Oh, we got a 9. Look at that. A 9. All right. So I lied a little bit. This guy here is going to get paid, and I lied in this respect. He's going to get paid $35. Okay. We're going to have him do a full press. He's going to go all the way to 75. So I do need more than 160 here. He's going to get another $100 as buffer money. I forgot about doing the power presses. He's going to do the power press thing. So he's going to go all the way to 75. Here we go. We need some more 9s. There's an 8. That'll pay 35. And again, he's going to drop a quarter and make it look like 90. So it's going to be the 1324, by the way, on all the numbers. 1324, 1324. They're both at 3. We need something to repeat. Oh, and he's on the 9, by the way, and his second come bet went to the 8. I wasn't really paying attention. So his third come bet's coming. Here we go. And we got an 8. Great. So the come bet here is going to be, that moves up, that comes down and gets paid. He's off and on, and he's in his rack. Right there, by the way, is his 5 units that he started with. He's got 2 here and 2 here. His 5 units are back. He's bankroll neutral. This 8 here pays $105. And it comes down to a 2-unit bet. So the 1, 3, 2, 4 up there, the 8 paid out nicely. All right, here we go. Another 8. Fantastic. $70. It's going to pay $70. Now he goes to a 4-unit bet. So he takes his 10, goes to 120. Now is it 4? 1, 3, 2. The 8's at 4. Now this is the money shot right there. How about it? How about it? There's a yo 11 yo. Nothing happening. Again, Horseman just going to ride his bets out. He's not going to. We're not going to transition. We're just going to ride it normal today. Okay. There's a 6 that pays 35. We're going to drop that quarter. Make it look like 90. So 1, 3 on the 6. That's the point being hit. Don't pass goes away. He stays here. He's got his 8 and his 9 working still, but the Horseman does not kind of recycle till the shooter's over. All right, we got a 10 as the point. Perfect. Let's go. 4. It's going to pay 50. I'm not doing VIGs here. $50. It goes up. That's a 3-unit bet too. We have 1, 2, 3 at 3 units. Aces. A 5, my God. That pays $35. And again, he's got to take his green chip. That everything's at 3 units now except for the 10, and nothing's repeating. Only the 8 repeated. Come on, give me a repeat. Give me a repeater. An 8. There we go. There we go. 120 pays 140. We'll do 150 for 10 out of the rack. That's a nice hit. That actually helped out quite a bit. 150 for 10. How about them apples? Right now, the next time we play this right here can be our new level 1. Right? Our new level 1 can be a 120. And to start the process, the 1, 3, 2, 4. Oh, by the way, he gets paid too. The Horseman guy gets paid. This can stay here at 140 and become our new level 1 bet. Or we can go down and play it at $60. Depends on how you want to do it. Let's regress it. Be a little less hyper aggressive, but we'll make 60 our new level 1. We'll go from 60, and then it'll go 60 to 180 will be the next bet if it hits again. All right, let's go. Give me a 9. Give me a 9. Let's get both guys out of here. Huh? What do you say? What do you say about a 9? Ooh, a 6 pays 105. $105 on that 6. That was the 1, 3 down to 2, and we're gonna lock up profit on him. Good run here. I'm going to call that a 6. It's leaning. You can see the 6, the other 3 is way up there. We'll call it a 6. It's leaner. We're going to go 60 pays 70. 50, 70. It's going to look like 120. Six goes to level 4. Give me a 9. I want to see a 9. Ah, there's the 7. Everything loses. But that was a good little run right there, right? Little 1, 3, 2, 4 action on the numbers. Everything paid. That was kind of fun, right? And effectively what happened here was interesting because both guys did okay. The guy that had the horseman guy, he got his money back early. And actually on the first shooter, he was up. The other guy was down, right? They were kind of opposite. This run here, the horseman still made $50. He's still ahead. Over here, we can put our 160 back a couple times. We can go, I'm going to take these 2 blacks here as greens. So there's 150, 160. There's 150, 160. Let's get this as greens. So he's got his money all back. And on that nice little run, recovered back what he lost on shooter 1 and made 150, 175, 190. He made 190 on that run and recovered back. So he recovered back plus made 190. The horseman just stayed in profit the whole time, right? Just kind of floated along through it. That's not a bad little outcome there for two guys playing opposite sides. Let's do it again. Not opposite side, is opposite ways. Lock the profit, lock the profit. Let's do one more shooter, and then I'm going to get out and go to the vet here. Coming out. Coming out, we got a 5. So far, we've dodged the CO7 over here, which is great. So, all right, 160 across. Let's do it. 8. All right, 8 pays 35, 25, 35. Oh, I didn't put his come bet in. I'm sorry. Come bet was in. Goes to the 8. 35. We drop a quarter. I'll take out of the profit side. I'll take it as nickels, actually. Drop a quarter. Looks like 3. Alrighty. A 10 pays $50. Looks like 3. Oh, next come bet. Sorry, I keep forgetting the come bets. Come bet goes to the 10. Third come bet's in. 4. Wow. That goes to the 4. The 4 pays 50 and goes to 10, or goes to 3. Now we have 4, 8, and 10 all at 3 units. Let's get a repeater. Come on. 7. Ouch. Ugh. Ugly. Ugly. That's more normal. That's what you expect to see, right? So what happens here is you're going to love this. All the come bets lose. The don't pass wins, right? Check it out. The horseman, there's his starting money. He's still up a quarter. Lost a net $25 in that one. The other guy here literally lost all his profits, but look at this. His money's back, and he's got $5 in profit. So at the end of the day, we tied. How about that? We got $25 in here, $5 over here. Everybody ties, and that's the end of your morning. So that's so funny. 2 PSOs though, right? Doesn't that happen? PSO, good run, PSO. Basically a PSO, right? Isn't that funny how that happens? Funny, not funny. But that's interesting, right? What should you have done? Right? Horseman should have left when he was up 3 units on the first shooter. This guy should have left when he was up with the big win. 100%, Jen. Like, that's literally taking the words right out of my mouth, right? That's why when it goes well, you have to leave. The minute you catch the run that you're looking for, you got to wave goodbye, right? The horseman won on shooter 1, $75. See you later. That's a great win, right? 3 units is a great win. If you're playing horseman at the black level, that's $300, right? You're out of here. The other guy caught the miracle that he was looking for on the second shooter. See you later. Bye-bye. Right? That's the lesson. That's the lesson. But of course, I like to roll the dice while we're playing. I got to go. Let's go back over to the main screen here. Let's go here and here. And pardon me. Come on now. Let's go one more screen. There we go. I got to run because, again, I'm taking the dog to the vet. But here's your quote for the week. I love this quote. Knowledge is knowing tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is not putting it in a fruit salad. Okay. A lot of people have a lot of knowledge in a lot of things. I know a lot of coders specifically who are great programmers. A lot of knowledge, a lot of computer science nerds that know a whole lot of stuff about a whole lot of things. They cannot get it done. Right? Getting it done is different than knowing how to do it. And Joe, you're a blue collar guy. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly what if you ever worked in a kitchen, right? You know what I'm talking about. If you're talking about gambling and what we do on YouTube here, this is what I'm talking about. A lot of people know a lot of things. Not a lot of them have a lot of wisdom. Wisdom comes with experience, age, getting your ass kicked and kicking some ass. It comes from all of it. So bring it all together, bring it all home. Love you all. I'll see you in the morning. Wish Rosie luck today. It's her last bandage check, and then we'll get her out of the stitches on Thursday. So anyway, love y'all. God bless everybody. Prayers to all the people who are suffering out there, and I'll see you in the morning. Bye, everybody.